Hi you guys, it's Stephanie with Coffee Paper Scissors. We're doing December, yay! Okay, so again, I have it all prepared, ready to just glue down. I am happy to be finished. So the next video will put it all together. I'll show you how I put it together in case you are making one. I've got glue string on my finger. Fingers. Well, I'm back in my craft room. It's not complete. The flooring is down, but the trim needs to be put on still. The floor trim and door trim, and my doors are actually not on. So it's not completely done, but I have been able to move my desk back in. So I am very happy about that. Trying to scoot it a little bit. But I think it looks really pretty, the floors. I think they look really pretty. So happy with it. Okay. I need to pull up my picture that I lay it all out and then I take a picture of it so that I don't have to fuss with it so much. So we're just gonna make a forest of trees, and I just have just triangles cut out, and I attached little trunks, and then I've paper punched some snowflakes, and that's not, I almost put the wrong one. I paper punched some snowflakes and embossed them. So again, this is a layering one, and so I have to get things on in the right order or it won't turn out. And I think it's this one. This one has a really long trunk because I only needed this much, because it's just going to be kind of hidden back here. But I didn't want to waste all that paper, but I wanted the trunk down here. And the only way for me to get it the right way was to give it a really long trunk, if that makes sense. Okay, so I need to glue this one down. And I'm gonna take off a little bit of, and not all of these are cut like it's just the right height. I was, on some cases, I think there's maybe a little extra. So I want it on, I keep on wanting to say stem. It's a trunk. I want it lined up, so I just put a little mark on the paper. So I slept pretty good last night after all of the work. I hadn't been sleeping all that great, and I think it's because I just knew that I had to get up and move furniture and stuff, and so I couldn't, relax. Once it got to be that time of the morning where I generally wake up close to that time, I just couldn't quit thinking about it. So let's see. All right, we'll go ahead and glue its snowflake on. And then this one will go on top of this one. However, This one has to go under this one. So there's definitely a lot of planning. And what did I do? Oh, that's not the right one. See, I have a couple of the same colored trees, so I'm getting confused. This one goes back here. Okay, so I want this one to be glued right here. All right. I had to run into town this morning to grab a few things, and you know, like household necessities, laundry soap, that sort of thing, cat food. And I thought I could go, you know, to a thrift store and see if I find anything. But I am so tired of moving my junk around that I don't want to buy anything. I just want to get rid of things. So I did not go to a thrift store. My daughter's tired of everything too. She wants to go through stuff and get rid of it. So, you know, I guess that's, you know, a good thing about doing a little bit of renovation is that you might end up doing a little bit of, you know, purge as well. And that's never a bad thing in my opinion. I don't have a real cluttered house because I just don't like a lot of stuff everywhere, but it is cluttered compared, you know, to some people. Some people would say, are you kidding me? It's horribly cluttered because I have, you know, things like, let's see, I need to make sure I cover this. So I think I will glue it down right about there. So yeah, people who don't have any collectibles, you know, I've told you before, I used to collect the hobnail milk glass, this kind of stuff. I just happen to have one right here. There are some things I can't resist. When I saw this recently, I had to buy it because, you know, I needed it. But for the most part, I don't buy it anymore. But I think, I look at it and I think, oh, I could put buttons in there. I can't help it. But anyway, I have a lot of junk for being a person that doesn't really want a lot of junk. But my kids contribute to that big time. My husband's like, well, it's not me. I'm like, yeah, that's because all your junk is out in the shop. It's not in the house. He's like, I don't have a bunch of stuff. Yeah, you do. It's just not in the house. My son, when he finally got a job, he was spending his money on Legos. Oh my goodness. I'm like, Colton, come on. Don't you think that's enough? No. Well, he finally has gotten to the point where he's like, all right, I've bought enough of them. But now there are Legos everywhere. And he already had a bunch from when he was little, when we were buying him Legos for, you know, birthday and Christmas and stuff like that. And he always thought he would save them because someday he'd want to share them with his kids or something. So he's got tubs of Legos, and we always kept the instruction packet that came with it. So, you know, he's got tons of things to build, and then he goes out and buys more. But he doesn't have any place to put anymore. I do think he's kind of, you know, hit a point where he's done buying them, hopefully. It is a bit of a waste. Well, I say that and I buy stuff that other people see as a waste. So who am I, you know? Oh, I almost dropped it. My son's wanting to try and get an apartment, his first apartment. So that's exciting for him. Which means, you know, he needs to quit buying Legos. He has enough money saved for several months of rent, so that's good. But once you know, buy a place, we all know that money goes real, or not buy a place, but, you know, have a bill, money goes real fast. And, you know, he'll be buying his food and paying part of whatever. I don't know, you know, he's looking into it with friends, and I don't feel like I need to get involved. Once he goes to sign anything, I'll definitely get involved. But, you know, they can figure it out. And they'll know, but I don't know if they'll have to pay utilities or if it's included, or, you know, all those kinds of things. But it's in a college town, you know, not where I live, but it's nearby. And they have apartments because, gosh, nearby, from what I understand, you almost can't find an apartment these days. Everything is really hard to rent. But over there, you know, it's a college town, and so there are a lot of apartments. And in fact, people are moving there because of the apartments and not going to college necessarily, because it's the only place they can find. They can't build fast enough to keep up with everybody. It's just crazy. Lots and lots of people everywhere. I wonder when the last time somebody started a new town. They need to quit building onto the towns and just like start a new one somewhere. I mean, seriously. You never see, you know, established 1997. You don't see that. Maybe that's something that should happen, because there's all kinds of space that, you know, is, I don't know, maybe it's water and stuff like that. I'm just talking. I don't know what I'm talking about, so. But instead of filling up everybody's freeways and stuff, if they just started a new town. See, just ask me. I've got it all figured out. I need to cover this. I keep forgetting that part. Okay, I can glue this down now. I used to say to my husband, you know, when they would be building something and there would be no sign as to what's coming soon, you know, and I'd be like, why didn't they ask me? How come they didn't inform me what's going on? And I would have told them if it was a good idea. See, just ask me. I know. That's humor, you guys. That is my humor. I'm not a know-it-all. I would not admit it, so my husband might say I'm a know-it-all. That's only because he's lived with me long enough to know that I do know it all. Again, humor, sarcasm. trying to get all the glue off my hands, but not on the floor. That's something that I hadn't really considered, is all of the glue that would maybe fall on the floor from me rubbing it off my hands. I have to be careful. I feel like I need to make this one shorter a lot. Okay, so this one, this one just kind of goes on top in the front. So in my mind, this is what the trees at the North Pole look like. They're not just all green. They're red and green and gold. Okay, let's see, we need, oh, lots of glue. I did these yesterday when the guy was here finishing the floor, and like I said in my last video, he was probably like, what on earth is she doing? I have to say, he was a great, nice kid. You know, he was a younger guy, but, you know, did a great job. His youth didn't mean he was not skilled. He did a really, really good job. But I glued something down. Oh, here it is. When he was finished, he didn't say anything. He just left. I was like, well, where is he? He didn't say, okay, I'm all done and thanks or anything. He cleaned up his stuff and he left. I thought that was weird. I looked out because, you know, I'm just sitting there kind of waiting because he's been in and out of my house, you know, for 3 days. And I'm just waiting for him to show back up inside my house. And finally I was like, you know, I don't hear anything outside. I looked and his truck was gone. So I looked around, I'm like, yeah, he, you know, cleaned everything up. Everything was gone, and so was he. Oh my goodness. I thought that was funny. So that, I think, shows his youth a little bit. I mean, I don't know. Maybe lots of people might do that, but he had kind of done it the day before, but I mean, I knew he was leaving, and so I think he probably, in my mind, I was like, we just had that conversation as a, you know, this is what I'll be doing tomorrow, so that means I'm leaving. I don't need to go in and say anything. But then, nope, that's just the way he does things. So I'm just putting the word peace up in the corner here. There aren't as many letters, so this time I decided to go ahead and glue them down with you. And also, I just didn't know for sure where all of the tops of the trees were going to end up. Oh, and I do have a couple of snowflakes to just kind of scatter here and there, So yeah, in my next video, we'll put the calendar together and I'm going to have just a little surprise. So stay tuned. So hard to, oh, so hard to hold on to them. Get down. This is why on the last one, I was like, no, there's no way I'm doing all those letters with you guys watching. Oh, also, I know I've said this before, but it's happened a couple times again. If you guys leave me a comment and I don't respond to you, it's because your comment is gone. And I have no way to explain what I'm trying to say other than I get the notification, but when I click on the notification, the comment is not there. And if I look, through email, there's, like the notification is in email, but when I click to reply, it goes to my video. And when I look down in the comments in my video, that comment is gone. So it is weird. And so I don't know if it's something on YouTube's end. I do actually know one person who it's happened to, and I talked to her about it. It's my subby, Kim. And I said, Kim, your comments, I think actually 2 times it's happened to her comments where I say, I got the notification and I can read part of the comment, but if it's a very long comment, it just has the ... And so I can read part of it, but there's no way I can respond to anything. So just know that if you do leave me a comment and if I don't respond to you, it's not because I'm being snotty, it's because I can't, and I really have no idea how to fix it. Anyway, here is December, and thanks you guys for watching. I hope you have a great day. Bye.